Hey folks, welcome back. Pop Retro 1 at Twitter and at Instagram if you want to find me on those platforms. Facebook.com/PopRetro1. Wanted to continue with movie number 2 of this sort of 5 movie set that I received from Mill Creek Entertainment, who is distributing these movies simply called the Christmas Collection, as they have this ribbon at the top that says it on each one. And the second one that I watched is Christmas on the Coast. Now these come from Imagicomm Entertainment and INSP Films. Now I mentioned in my last review for Christmas in the Smokies that INSP is actually a cable and satellite TV network too. And so it looks like they produce their own in-house production. They have their own in-house productions that they are able to put together and then air on their network and then release onto physical media and probably to streaming and other services. And that's probably how everything works today, right? You create content, you air it on your own platform, and you make it available to license for other people's platforms, other platforms that you can, whatever platforms you can get it on to make money with your content. And that's the way to go. So Christmas on the Coast stars Julie Ann Emery. That's her in the middle. And she was on AMC's Preacher a couple years back. And she did this film. This was from 2017 or 2018. It says 2017 on the copyright. I did see an air or somewhere online. It might have been IMDb. I think it listed it as 2018, but it says 2017 everywhere else I can find. So, but going with that means she did this movie either way in the middle of her time as a player on Preacher on AMC. If you caught that TV show, which I did not, but I've always been interested in catching Preacher and checking it out. She also played a role in the first season of Better Call Saul, the Breaking Bad prequel series, the spinoff for Breaking Bad. So anyhow, she's a novelist in Christmas on the Coast, and she's a very popular novelist, but she's starting to suck. Her novels are not hitting. And in one of the first scenes of the film, she's actually at one of those author events with a little small audience, and she's getting crap from a blogger who has like 1 million followers, who follows his blog, and he's just some critic who's online, and he's played by Clarence Gilliard Jr., Trevette on Walker, Texas Ranger, and he was also what's his face? Conrad on Matlock back in the day. So it was really kind of funny seeing him. He's got a kind of a full beard and he just probably looking his age now. He's an older fellow, but he plays this blogger who gives her crap in person at this event, this author event. And so she decides that, okay, maybe her agent helps her decide that maybe it would be a good idea to take a trip, go back home, because she lives in New York City, and if she goes back home to where she's from, which is some small town called Harbor Point in South Carolina, that maybe she could reconnect with herself and put together some writing that is actually meaningful and could actually put her back on top, because that is the problem. So of course, she decides to take the trip. She reunites with her mother and her old bedroom where she grew up. Her mother's played by Bonnie Bedelia, Bruce Willis's wife in the Die Hard movies back in the day, and Bedelia has this kind of she's really hammering home the Southern accent, let's just say, and so you have this underlying interplay between the main character, the novelist, who's from the big city, and the mother and the people who live in the small town. There's Bonnie Bedelia as the mother right there, and in the small town, And so it's like, oh, these small town hicks versus the pretentious big city slicker, and that kind of causes the main tension for a lot of this film. And of course, while she's there, she winds up just happenstance meeting this guy played by Burgess Jenkins, Burgess Burgess, and he played in Remember the Titans and a movie called The Reaping in 2007, and he was also had 2 years stint on Young and the Restless. So he's a soap opera actor, and so there are perhaps some romantic entanglements that may come of her visit when she actually meets this Burgess fellow. And so, of course, she's documenting all of this trip, and she, with the hopes of perhaps making it a novel. But that may or may not be a good thing. So, these movies, these made-for-TV movies, they're essentially like Hallmark movies. In fact, I saw this listed somewhere online as a Hallmark movie. And as far as I know, this aired on the INSP network, but maybe it aired on Hallmark too. Who knows? Again, like I said earlier, license it out, get it on as many places as you can. But this one is pretty cheesy. The the acting is sometimes over the top cheesy and schmaltzy, and these are schmaltzy movies. You know what you're getting into to begin with, but this one was like really over the top schmaltzy in some places, I thought. And Jenkins, the guy, the male lead, he comes off as he kind of comes off as a soap opera actor in this, but it's really kind of a soap opera-y type of part, just very super earnest and on the head with his exclamations and that sort of thing. And I thought that there was kind of a lack of tension during the first probably 2/3 of the movie, except for the scenes where the main character, the novelist, just kind of puts herself out there as this very pretentious, really kind of a jerk. And sometimes those scenes kind of come off as nice because they're kind of awkward. It's like, oh man, and you can relate to that a little bit if you know people like this, small town versus big town folk. And but the last third, like the last 20 minutes of the movie, it really kicks into gear, and I thought it really made the earlier part kind of worth it to sit through, because once it kicks in, it's like, oh man, it gets really awkward and really over the top, and really like, oh my God, I can't believe that they did this. I can't believe that she did that, and so. There you have it. And of course, these are feel-good holiday movies, so you know what to expect as far as the ending goes. And so, again, like I say, these are fun to break out. If you want to have an inoffensive movie night, like with your mom or your grandparent or something, and they're into this type of TV movie type of fare. So there you have it. Christmas on the Coast from Imagicomm Entertainment, INSP Films, and a big thank you to Mill Creek Entertainment for sending this my way. And I will be back soon with another review. Leading up to Christmas, I'm going to try to get through all 5 of the Christmas collection. Oh, real quick, I'll just show you the package there. The DVD, there's the spine. There's the back of the box. Get a little closer if you want to take a closer look. And open it up. Quick look at the disc on the inside. And there you have it. I'll be back soon with the next one. And I'll see you then.